Okay, I'm going to go over the independent practice, which is on page 133. I'm going to do problems number 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, for 2 and 4, always read the directions first. I'm going to do that right now. Fill in each circle with a less than, greater than, or equal sign to make a true statement. So number 2, 7/12 and 1/2. Here's my circle. Alright, to compare the fractions I need a common denominator, which means I need to find the LCM of 2 and 12. Okay, I noticed that if I multiply 2 by 6, I'll get 12. So if I rewrite that, I have 7/12, and that I have 6/12. Now that I have a common denominator, I can compare the numerators. Alright, I can see that 7 is more than 6, so 7 is greater than 6. And there's your answer. Okay, which says 7/12 is greater than 1/2. Okay. Number 4, same situation. I have 0.7 or 7/10 and 7/9. Okay, I have two choices here. I can either change them both to fractions, change this to a fraction, or change that to a decimal number. To change this to a decimal number, I'll have to divide numerator by denominator, or it's just more complex. This, I can easily change it to 7/10. Right? Now I have 7/9. Now, don't fall trap. I noticed the numerators are the same, but the numbers are different. I think, oh, this is 10, that's 9. That means this is bigger. Don't go for that. Do the work. You need a common denominator. Okay, what I'm going to do, I did this yesterday in the introduction. You can multiply by each other's denominators. It's just a real quick shortcut instead of setting it up to find LCM and all that. Okay, so now I have 63 over 90, 70 over 90. Look at that. So out of 90, I have 63 here, I have 70 there. I look at the numerators. 70 is larger than 63, or 63 90ths is less than 70 90ths, which means that 7/9 is the larger fraction. So 7/10 is less than 7/9. There's your answer. Guys, keep in mind on the side, if you have notes, if you notice something that you would do differently, by all means, please write it on the side. Okay? Or some little reminders for yourself, or a different way to do it, please do so. Right, number 6, you have to order the fractions from least to greatest. Okay, make sure I copy this correctly. If I don't copy the problem correctly, I will have mistakes. 2/3, 2/9, 5/6, 11/18. 4 different fractions, 4 different denominators. I need a common denominator. I'm looking at the denominators right now. 3, 6, 9, 18. I notice that they're all multiples of 3. So with that, I can figure out that the 18 is going to be the LCM, the least common denominator for all these fractions. So let's just do that. 2/3, 2/9. Guys, the goal here is to think smarter, not work harder. You want to make the work as easy as possible, but you have to think a little bit first. Don't just attack the problem. Think, look first, see what you have, and just see what you come up with. You can always play with this. If you make a mistake, so what? You can always do it again later. Alright, 18 is the denominator. Okay, I know 3 times 6 gives me 18. 12/18. Again, if the number is going to be 18, I'm just going ahead and do this. I know you guys can already do this. 8/18. Alright, there we go. Alright, I have 4 fractions. I have 12/18, 8/18, 15/18, 11/18. Alright, I have to put them in order from least to greatest, least being the smallest. Out of groups of 18, 8 is the smallest, the least. 8/18. So I'm going to cross that out so I don't do it again. Next one is 11/18. I'm going to cross that out so I don't use it again. 12/18. And then 15/18. Okay, but here's the deal. This is not the answer. You need the original fractions. Okay, so 8/18 means 2/9 is the smallest one. 11/18 stays the same. And we have 12/18, which is 2/3. And then we have 15/18, which is 5/6. Okay, and that is your answer. Okay, let me just put it in a box so you can see it. Okay, guys, don't overthink this. Just when you see a math problem, take a step back, look at what you have, and think through it. Think first. Okay? Alright, number 8. I should do the Cornell note thing here, but just for the sake of time, you can do that on your own. I just don't want to make this a 20-minute video. I don't want you guys to have to see me folding paper. Alright, it's a word problem. 3 snack bars contain 1/5, 22 hundredths, and 19% of the calories from fat. Which snack bar contains the least amount of calories from fat? Okay, so again, 3 snack bars, 3 chocolate bars. We're looking at their fat, which has the least amount of fat. Okay, we have 3 numbers. We have 1/5, 22 hundredths, or 0.22, and 19%. Okay, now it sounds like we have to put from least to, you have to write these numbers from least to greatest. Now, you can't compare these unless they're all the same. Either they're all going to be fractions, or they're all going to be percentages, or they're all going to be decimal numbers. Now, if you can see this in your head, because you're some kind of genius, more power to you. I am not. I have to actually do the work. So here we go. I'm going to change them to fractions. I think that would be the easiest for me. But if you have your own way of doing it, by all means, you want to do percentages, you want to do decimal numbers, that's fine too. 22. Skipping a step there. No, actually I'm not. I was going to say, I could change it to percent right here, but I don't want percents, I want fractions. 22 hundredths, there it is. 19% is 19 hundredths. Hey, look at that. We have a common denominator of 100 and 100. Can we scale this up to 100? I think we can. Let's see. I know I can make 20 groups of 5 to get 100. That gives me 20 hundredths. Okay, so I have 3 new fractions I can actually compare now. Alright, all have a denominator of 100. Okay. Now look at the numerators. 19, 20, 22, but like I said before, these aren't the real answers. The original numbers are the answers, but actually, now that I think about it, do we really need to write the numbers? What's the question asking? Which snack bar contains the least amount of calories from fat? Okay, so it just wants the one with the least. The least would be this one. That means the candy bar with 19% is the least fattiest. Now there's many ways to say what I just wrote. You could say the snack bar with 19% calories from fat, but I like complete sentences, okay? And next year when you're in 7th grade, please remember that you have to write complete sentences. Okay, number 10 is going to be a bit of a bear, okay, because you have a table, and let me just sort real fast. No, better not. You should have the work in front of you as well. All right, complete the graphic organizer, write the original numbers to complete the statement. Okay, we have a table, we have 3/8, which is number 10, 3/10, and 38.7. Okay. All right, what do I have to do? It says write the steps to write the number as a decimal with 3 places. Okay. Well, for this, we want a decimal number for all of them, I guess. Okay. How do we do this? To change a fraction to a decimal number, you can divide the numerator with the denominator. Okay. And do you actually have to do it? No. It only gives the answers here on the side. You could do it for yourself. Try it out. See if it's right or not. All right. To change a decimal number to a decimal number with 3 place values, or 3 places, excuse me, you simply have to annex or add 2 zeros. I keep adding. I'm thinking heroes, zeros. Ay, ay, ay. Nope, nope, nope. So 0.3, just to see what's going on. Annex, there you go. Alright, 38.7%. I want a decimal number. Alright, you move the decimal point 2 places to the left and remove percent symbol. It's like symbol. Let's keep it at that. That makes more sense. Remove percent. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. 0.387. Okay, so if we do that, we should be able to see which is the smallest, which is the greatest. Okay. 300, for a moment, let's look at the whole number. We have 0. So they all are 0 as a whole number. To compare them, we look at this. Kind of ignore it for a moment. Ignore the decimal point, ignore the 0. We have 375, 300, 387. Okay, we can see that this is the smallest. So 0.3 is less than, the next biggest one will be 375, but that's 3/8. And then that means the last one is 38.7%. And there we go. Hope this helped.